My introduction is Nikon Revelina Management Class 23 ANPM 234111094. Here I will explain the material regarding Introduction to Business and Strategic Risk Management. Navigating the complex landscape of business risk requires a strategic approach. This presentation will explore the key principles and best practices for identifying, assessing, and mitigating strategic risks to ensure organizational resilience and success. Defining business risks. Financial risks. Risks related to financial performance, such as market volatility, currency fluctuations, and credit exposures. Operational risks. Risks stemming from internal processes, systems, or human error that can disrupt daily operations. Compliance risks. Risks of non-compliance with laws, regulations, or industry standards, which can result in penalties or reputational damage. Identifying strategic risks. Industry trends. Analyzing market shifts, technological advancements, and competitor actions to anticipate emerging threats. Organizational. Assessing internal strengths, weaknesses, and resource constraints that could hinder resilience. External factors. Identifying political, economic, social, and environmental changes that may impact the business. Risk assessment and analysis. Probability. Estimating the likelihood of a risk event occurring based on historical data and industry benchmarks. Impact. Evaluating the potential consequences of a risk event, both financial and non-financial, should it materialize. Prioritization. Focusing on the most critical risks that pose the greatest threats to the organization's objectives. Interdependencies. Recognizing how different risks may interact and compound the overall impact on the business. Risk mitigation strategies. Avoidance. Eliminating the risk by avoiding the activity or process that gives rise to the risk. Eliminating the risk by avoiding the activity or process that gives rise to the risk. Reduction. Implementing controls and measures to minimize the probability or impact of a risk event. Transfer. Shifting the risk to a third party, such as through insurance or outsourcing. Acceptance. Consciously deciding to bear the risk, either due to cost-benefit analysis or lack of alternatives. Implementing risk management frameworks. Identify, recognize, and define the organization's key risks. Assess, analyze the probability and impact of identified risks. Respond, develop, and implement appropriate risk mitigation strategies. Monitor, continuously track and review risk exposure and control effectiveness. Monitoring and reviewing risks. Key risk indicators. Tracking leading and lagging indicators to detect changes in risk exposure. Risk reporting. Providing timely and transparent information to stakeholders on risk management activities. Continuous improvement. Regularly evaluating the risk management process and making necessary adjustments.